Hello, everybody. Hello. Thank you so much for coming on to the broadcast and for definitely being with us once again. I am your host, Sunshine Full and Whiter, the CEO and founder of Next Level 2 Women Entrepreneur, where we empower, elevate, educate, and equip women in business and in life. We provide the tools for them to be able to grow their business by providing a speaking platform of events. We do live events, virtual events, and we just love all the value the speakers continue to bring on a platform on a weekly and monthly basis. We don't stop there, but we also go to the next level and we have our business services. With our business services, we can refer clients to you, or you can also be able to put the items that you need help, whether it's coaching or training, so we can be able to refer somebody to you. They can also help you get to the next level. We have our weekly on the third Monday, we have our networking club, and also on the third Wednesday of every month, we have our book club. These are things you want to plug in so you can meet new people and continue to grow your business. Well, without further ado, we are super excited about the 10K Global Women Business Tour. It started back in March and goes all the way to July the 22nd. Oh my goodness, it's just been amazing. So many entrepreneurs have came on to the platform and have shared about their business and also shared about how they can help people to get to the next level. So if you're not plugged in, please take time to go to talktosunshine.info so you can be able to connect with these wonderful women as they continue to come onto the platform. Well, I am super excited about our current speaker for tonight. Oh my goodness, Coach Tonia Smith is such an amazing coach. She helps you to overcome your fear of being able to go live, and most of all, being able to use video to grow your business. I'm telling you, since I've been able to just host her on the event, me myself, I felt more and more comfortable being able to even be in front of video. And so she can help me. I know she can help you. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic over to Coach Tonia Smith as she continues to make us be wonderful in what we do as well.
Oh my gosh, Sunshine, thank you. That's so sweet. You are just amazing yourself. And so I am excited about today's topic because, a lot of the time that we get on social media, we struggle with our content. And so I'd really like to help people with their content creation and the whole process. And like Sunshine mentioned, the whole fear of video, there's a lot of stuff that is involved in creating content. And so today I'm going to talk about how to plan your content and how to come up with a content strategy. And so I'm going to share my screen. Give me just a second. Here it is. All right. So your social media, how to plan your content strategy. And this, by planning ahead. Now, I'm going to be talking specifically about the thing that your business is focused around. Let me go on to the next screen. So basically helping you create content that converts to sales. And so creating content alone doesn't necessarily revert to sales, but having a really good solid content strategy can help you go with those conversations, can help you lead to that sales conversation. So through this, we're going to talk about how to 3x your content in less time and be seen everywhere. And if you follow this formula, you're going to have a really good, solid content creation formula that you can rinse and repeat. And you're going to be able to then have time to focus on those actual income producing activities. Have you ever had like those days, if you've been growing a business on social media and you've spent so much time trying to create just the content for the day, by the end of the day, and you realize I have done nothing to create an income for my business? And so that's what I want to help you again with. So just to give you a little bit who I am, I'm a social media strategist and business strategist, and I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm a grandma, I'm even a very young great grandma. That's a story for another day. But I live in the country and I love to travel and I love to go on adventures. I love to travel with my horse, riding the trails, and my dog. I love bringing her with me. So I understand how important it is to create an income, but also to enjoy your life. And so my mission and my passion is to help digital marketers basically dominate their social media without the burnout. so they can live the life and have that business of their dreams. So what I'm going to be kind of talking about is having like a social media roadmap where you're going to create one piece of content a week that's really you're going to be your focus, and then how you can put it be seen everywhere with that. So let's talk about, and this is I have a group that I coach, and it's basically a content creation club, and what we talk about is how to plan and create enough content for a 30-day process. And if you just knew what you were going to be promoting that week, sometimes that's the focus that you need to go with. So you could promote one thing a week. Maybe you want to promote one thing within the month and divide it up into topics. And we're going to get into this. Don't worry. So think about what you're promoting. Like, what is if you're in a network marketing business, do you have within that company, do you have one thing that you're promoting? Do you have a few businesses? I would say pick one thing that you're going to promote, and then know this answer. This is very vital. Who are you selling it to? Now, if you say everyone, then I promise you, people will not listen. If you're trying to sell to everyone, you basically are going to sell to no one. And you may have heard that saying, and it's true. So, sorry, I'm going to get a little lotion. My hands are hard dry. So know who you're selling to. And I'm not going to get into that today because that's something we can dive into more if you want to. But knowing who you're selling to, what are your offers? And so if you are, like I said, you have a lot of products, pick one. If you try to sell them all at once, it's just confusing. And this is something a lot of people leave out. And Sunshine's heard me say this over and over. What is your call to action? Every piece of content should have some call to action. Now, it doesn't have to be hard. It could be just a matter of you're creating a short form video, just follow for more. But you need to have some kind of call to action and know what that is. So I'm going to give you an example. So for example, what are you selling, right? Let's say you're selling a sleep spray. Who are you selling it to? Now, you could sell it if you try to sell it to everybody. I want to break this down so you can kind of see why it would be important to minimize this. So for example, if you're selling to menopausal women who can't sleep at night due to night sweats, that's going to be a different conversation than someone in their 30s that just can't sleep because they had too much on their mind, right? There's a different conversation. So then decide what your offer. So let's say you're selling a $40 sleep spray, and you have in your organization, let's say it's you're in with a company that has several other options for health and wellness. So you want to ultimately you want to upgrade to sell a $100 health and wellness package, or maybe a $200 enrollment kit if you're in network marketing. So that can be your aim, right? So then what is your call to action? Think about what you want to achieve, right? If you want to grow your audience, maybe that's your goal. Maybe you're just wanting to grow your audience. Maybe you're brand new into the industry and you just want to grow your audience. Or you want more people to see your content. Or maybe your call to action may be follow for more if you're wanting to grow your audience or get more people, see eyeballs on your content. Because it's a process. Creating content and then getting eyeballs on it is a process. And so if you want to grow your email list, you can also make more direct offers. So that's a whole nother conversation. But if you are not growing an email list, I highly encourage you, because you can actually sell within that list. Just the other day, I sent an email and had someone sign up into my program. So emails are very valuable. So for example, you can offer a tip sheet for 5 ways to get better night's sleep, which can then lead to getting them on your list and making offers. You can offer a lead magnet, or just ask them to join your Facebook group. So those are things that you could do a call to action that aren't like buy my thing, buy my sleep spray. I hope that makes sense. So get really clear on what you're promoting. Choose one topic for each week. And this is what we're going to call your pillar content. So I like the pillar content to be a live video. Live video, and Sunshine knows this, live video is one of the ways to really grow your know, like, and trust. People get to know you quicker. It makes more impact. And using these short form videos is a fantastic way to grow your business. And once you do that one pillar content, and I'm going to show you how to break it down, then you fill in the rest with things that content that engages, entertains, or educates. So really and truly, if you had one topic a week and you knew exactly, did all the work and the research on creating that one video, and then filled in the rest with whatever, right? Like it could be just, maybe you're a person that's like, yeah, but I like some spur of the moment. That's fantastic. You can do that. But if you have that one solid pillar content, that one topic that you're going to really do a lot of work in, the rest of the things you can either plan, or if you're someone that wants to do spur of the moment lifestyle, like showing a video or a picture of you and your dog, or you and your child, or just you going on vacation, that's okay. But at least you've had that one, your business is taken care of. So each week you take your content, your video, and you create a post, and you create stories, and you create reels from that one video. So that is a lot of content just from one video. You can break it down. You can break it down in that one video into several reels. So this is just touching the surface. Here's what we've covered so far. You know what you're promoting each month. Break it down into each week. This will help you get clarity and focus. So you won't go into a new month going, I don't even know what I'm doing this month. Have you ever done that? I know I have. How many times have you sat in front of the computer going, I don't even know what to post today, right? You're drawing a blank. Well, by planning ahead, this will give you that direction. So what is your call to action? So your content will work for you. If you do not have a call to action in your content, it is not working for you. And that's the idea of content. Create 4 pillar content topics for the month. Just 4. So you know exactly what you're serving, or so how you are serving your audience. Then create a weekly live video. And like I said, by doing this one live video, and if you're not ready to do live, we can talk about that. I can help you with your live video. So next we're going to break it down. So let's break it down a little bit. We're going to break this down. All right. So let's say you're going to pick one day of the week, and I recommend that one day of the week consistently do your live video. Now this can be in a group. This can be on YouTube. This could be on your profile. But wherever you do this, that is your main pillar content. And then I suggest you do it at the same time every week and the same day. Then you can fill in the other parts of the week. Monday, maybe you would do, I'm just giving you an example. You don't have to do it this way, but I'm just going to give this an example. So Monday could be motivation or inspiration. You can create so let's say it's a healthy tips, right? Let me go back. I'm going to go back and look at the topics here. So just kind of show you the pillars. All right, so here, let's say week 1 is 5 tips to stay on track. And then 3 things to end sugar cravings. So these are your different topics. 3 exercises that will help you lose inches fast. 3 ways to end cellulite battle. So those are your topics for the week, for example. Let's say you're a weight loss coach. So let's go back to this where we were here. And we are going to, each week, hold on. So each week you're going to break that down. So so let's say you have weight loss tips, right? So Monday could be the motivation centered around that. So once you know what your topic's going to be for the week, all the other content can kind of be leading to that, mumbling about it, hinting about it, or just pointing to it, right? You can do stories and say, hey, did you catch this live video? You can do a post on like Thursday, say, I'm so thankful for the health tip that I created, that I found, and kind of create curiosity and say, hey, if you missed my live, I shared some tips on this. Make sure you catch it. Here's where to find it, right? So one video can give you a lot of resource. So here's just one example to break it down. You take that one live video. Now, if you know video editing, this makes it real simple. If not, you can still take that one concept and create one video, put it on TikTok, save it, copy the link, put it into like Snaptick, one of that, so it takes away the watermark, and just post it on the other platforms. And that is the end. That is the end of my. Here's how to find me. If there's anything in here you're going, I need help with that, just reach out. I'm happy to help.
I love the way you broke it down, Coach Tanya, of how we can be able to break it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the whole week. And most of all, I think one thing that I like that you caught is at the same time, because we always talk about, living this balanced entrepreneurship life and being able to not be overwhelmed, and you being able to have a set at a specific time. And I'm just, I'm thinking at the beginning, setting up as a specific length. Like when we do these broadcasts, we do it for 15 minutes per speaker. And this will take away some of the anxiety or the nervousness that we would have when we're doing live video. Most of all, it allows us to customize our content so we can be able to do it. I just wanted to, I know you said picking, whichever platform works for you. How important is it to pick the right platform, or it doesn't really matter?
I think it does. I think when you're starting out, I would say one platform and get really good at that. And how to pick that is, there's a couple things. Is one, where's your audience hanging out? If your LinkedIn's got your people, hang out there, get started there. Facebook's your people. The other thing, after you know where your people are, where do you enjoy hanging out, right? Sometimes we might have to just learn to love a platform if that's where our audience is. But most of the time, you can find your audience in the platform you feel comfortable with.
I'm so glad you said that. I have one more thing I'm going to pass over to Jamila in case she has any questions. But one thing I've dealt with, especially being an entrepreneurship and even in the entrepreneurship space, we always talk about personal self-development. And one thing that boils down to is how we think and approach when it comes to doing different things in our business activity. So I'm just curious, because this is your cup of tea. This is where you are an expert in. What is the mindset when you're starting a video? Because you may not have that many views. You may not even have no views. What is the mindset that will keep going and just trusting the process and being consistent?
That is such a good question, Sunshine, because that is, I don't know anyone that has not felt that. You get on a live, there's nobody, you feel like no one's watching, and you're like, why am I even doing this? Why even bother? And it's not uncommon. And I felt that before. I was on a TV show last month, and the woman that was interviewing me said she struggled with that. I mean, it's universal. The thing is to check your heart. Who are you doing this for? And how important it is that they hear this. Because believe it or not, people are watching you. It may not feel like it. I have had so many people over the years, and I felt like I was, that I never saw the person before or heard their name, or, maybe they were a friend, but they did not connect with me. They weren't showing up that I saw, but they had been watching me. And that is pretty common. And so I think the important thing is show up, remember why you're doing this. And that's important. If you have to plaster it in front of your computer so you don't forget, remember why you're doing this. I have a little note part I put in here. What valuable piece of content am I going to bring to my audience every day? And that just keeps me focused, because there are people out there that need what you have, and they need to hear you, and they need to hear it the way you're saying it. You may hear it, what you're saying may be the same thing other people are saying in your mind, but really and truly, there are people that will connect to you. How many times have you heard something over and over, and that one person says it and it clicks, right? That is why it's so important. And a lot of times we don't feel like we have enough value, and that's just not true. It's just not true.
I love it. I love it. Jamila, I'm going to pass it over to you in case you want to ask Coach Tanya anything, or if you have a comment about what she said.
She was talking about the platforms, and what I tell people to do is, like, pretty much piggybacking off what she said, to research those platforms. And there are actually like certain age groups that you can find, like certain age groups gravitate to Facebook, certain age groups gravitate to Instagram, TikTok. So, that's more entertaining.
Yeah.
So whatever your industry is, like if you're in the entertainment industry, you appeal to younger people, then you probably want to be more on TikTok because that's the entertainment. Business would be LinkedIn. So you kind of put them in categories like that. So
Mm-hmm.
that was very helpful.
I love when you said that because you are totally right. My kids tell me all the time. And I'm like, okay, are y'all on Facebook? No, mama, we're not on Facebook. I'm like, okay. So, but there are different type of apps, like you said, based on what is going to grab their draw their attention. I wanted to point out one thing too, Coach Tanya, as far as what you're speaking about, because I know how important it is in the business world for us to use video. So whenever you're looking, one thing I know that you're big on is being able to help people to create that contract content, and you actually have things in place to help that. Can you share a little bit about that, please?
So, I'm not sure I understand the question. Are you
The
wanting me?
content for the video.
Yeah.
So sometimes, people don't do videos because they don't know what to really speak on or to
Okay.
share. So I know you have a program that helps people to customize that content to be able to share in their videos. Can you
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So I have a content, like I kind of mentioned it during the presentation, but I have a content club, and what we do is we basically sit down with you and create that content, decide what you're going to promote, how you're going to create the content, um, and just get really. I think the important part is to understand the what you're trying to achieve and who you're trying to help, and then break that down. And I think what's been so wonderful is a lot of times we get in our own head, and it's so simple, but we make it hard. And so by having that, so we meet weekly, and then we meet once a month, and we basically plan our content for the week. And in that process, right? So content is just one aspect of the big picture. And so creating content is one small, but if you're so hung up, we get so hung up on creating that content, wanting it to be perfect, overthinking it, right? And so by really breaking down what you're trying to achieve, what problem you're solving, and really using the marketing skills and the marketing tools out there to make it easier. So we dive into Chat GPT on how to come up with some topics, how to go to Google and actually search in Google and using the words your audience is actually using in
I
the
love
words that they're using. Because if you can speak their language when you're creating content, you're going to have them leading in going, how did you get in my head? And that's what we're looking for.
I just love it. I love it. I love it. Awesome. So as you can see, Coach Tanya is the coach for the job when it comes to creating that video content and also being able to get yourself out here when it comes to video. And she definitely talks about it, but she also lives there herself. If you go to her Facebook page, you'll see it all over her page consistently. So we want to say thank you, and please plug in, DM her, message her. She is truly welcoming you to be able to work with you in this journey. So we are, again, thank you, Coach Tanya, for
Thank
sharing us
you.
that information. I am now going to pass the mic over to no other than Coach Jamila, amazing woman, superstar. She is the woman that put the glam in glamorous, and we are super excited to have her on this platform. We're going to take a moment because I know you've met her one time, but I wanted her to take a moment because she really has so much experience in what she does. So I want to take a moment to share to y'all who she is and what she does. And then we're going to jump right into the interview so y'all can dive a little bit deeper into knowing who she is. So without further ado, I'm going to pass the mic over to you, Coach Jamila.
Hello. Well, I am Jamila, and my company's Epic Entourage. We've been in business since about 2015, and we're a multimedia company. And so the whole goal was to help businesses to be able to um, do media and know the importance of media and be able to have access to media resources and how that pairs with social media and marketing. And so we wanted to be somewhat like a one-stop shop for marketing. So, whether you need press releases or even if you want to do in-person events, we can help coordinate that. And then also marketing online, creating the content. We do videos um, on social media, and we do videography too. So a little bit of everything.
I love it. I love it. That being said, can you please, because whenever you say media, there's different aspects that people can think of, the radio, the TV. Can you give people a little bit more in depth, specifically on what media you are referring to?
So, actually, we had a TV station on Roku. So all aspects of media, actually, TV interviews, media interviews online, being able to get on other people's shared audiences, other people's podcasts. So I have a show, and so that aspect of being interviewed and have also digital content. So press releases, you can be featured in digital outlets, CBS, NBC, affiliates. So it encompasses all of that.
I love it. I love it. You mentioned that you had a show. Can you tell us a little bit about your show?
Yes, it's the Jamila Show, and we interview entrepreneurs, and we put it on our pages, and we share it to our audiences in different groups online. So we just want to expand the audience and make sure that people get to know these businesses and people get to learn about what people are doing. Also, community events local here in Chattanooga, and so I cover some of those as well. So
I love it. I love it. And how long did you say you've been doing it?
I've been doing it since 2015.
Awesome. So, can you? I know you've been doing it for many years, and you've probably had a lot of people to come on to the media and to really be able to showcase not just their business, but the different things they do. Can you give us like an example of a media event that you had, and take us through from the beginning process to how they contact you, what the tools is that they needed to have up front in order to make your job even easy to serve them?
So when I have guests on my show, I always ask for like a biography or a media kit, something that I can get to know the person by, that outlines what they do, what their business is, like their background, because we like the inspirational side of their story too for people who are aspiring entrepreneurs. So some people have those incredible story, like I started with pretty much nothing, and this is how I built my business. So people who may be at that very starting point and don't know how to get to where they are, we want people to know that that it's possible. So that inspirational aspect of it, so that's why we want to know their background information, and also of course their services, and products if they have them, if it applies, if they're authors, what their new published works are. So we need to know that background information, and then we go from there, and we'll make sure people know how to contact them. And so we just pretty much want to provide that outlet, so people get to know the people that are doing stuff that may not have the big huge platforms. So we've created our own so that they have the ability to do that.
That's amazing. I love it. When you said Roku and you said CBS, because I think I've seen you and your family on what, CBS, if I'm correct, or was that right?
Well, it was T-Mobile, so it's everywhere, like on Hulu. I think they said they put it out there. So the ads that you see like on Hulu and maybe sometimes Netflix on the different shows and apps on Roku, I think they pushed it out there. So
Congratulations on that. That was a wow. I was like, wow. I was blown away by that. I know that was such a good feeling for you and your family. So this is really what you're telling me is there's hope for entrepreneurs to really expand their reach, to be able to reach more people, because that even has a way bigger audience than most people would get on social media platform. Am I correct?
yes. So we also teach them how to form, those pitches for the larger platforms. So, we are one of those platforms that, are highly accessible, but for the big names like the CBSs or the NBCs, you want to know how to form your pitch to create a sensational aspect of your business or your story so that the news would want to pick it up. So I feel like I'm contributing to the more positive side of the of the media. I try to, So I
You bring
want
the good news.
yeah, I try to, I want them to be featured so people can actually see, people, the everyday people that are doing things in their communities, and so and they can support if they want.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So that being said, is it, just like Coach Tanya was talking about the different platforms and how it's effective to pick the right platform that's going to definitely cater to who you are and what you do. Is that the same thing when we talk about media, since there's a variety of different media platforms as well?
Yes, especially when it comes to the digital outlets. So you have some, like say Forbes, or you have, which is more business centered. So like if you're a financial advisor, or you're in the you are an attorney or something of that nature, the corporate world, or you provide corporate services, you create training programs and or you know how to facilitate government contracts. You're going to want to be able to access something like Forbes because they're centered around that type of audience. People are going there to learn about business, maybe stocks, um, and things of that nature. So you're going to probably want to go towards, an outlet like that. But if you're more, if you're a singer or or artist of some type, you're probably going to go toward more of the entertainment um, outlets or the art, the artistic outlets. So you kind of find who speaks to your audience, resonates with your audience, and you kind of do your research on who they promote to and
Mhm.
who watches their websites, watches their programming, and we're going to go and focus on trying to get you featured on those type of platforms.
I love it. How's the marketing prior to them speaking on the platforms as far as the different media outlets? How is the marketing prior to that? Do y'all provide the marketing or they create their own marketing? How does that work?
We can help them create their own marketing. Um, like she was mentioning, going live, teaching them how to do some of that, the self-service items, that so they can carry their own marketing, maybe when there's not some curated content available. You need to know how to kind of improvise, and plus you do want that authentic content. People want to know you and the face behind the business. So I think that's why the TikToks are so successful, or the Instagrams are so successful, because a lot of people are just on there being themselves. They put some nice music um, behind their video, but they're still teaching people at the same time. You
Uh,
know,
so, what got you started? What was your why? What inspired you to get started doing this 15 years ago?
well, because like I said, I wanted to contribute to the positive side of media, and plus, I think it was kind of like something that people felt like was not accessible. Um, you know, um, and then too, when the pandemic came around, um, people didn't know really how to market their services, or and then too, and everything's so expensive. It costs about $15,000 to get a commercial slot. Everybody's not fortunate enough to get an ad on the Super Bowl. So just creating that mindset that we can do something, even if you have to start somewhere, to build up to those bigger platforms. So we just wanted to give them the ability to have access to the media. And also people, frustrated with creating content, like Tonia was talking about. A lot of people don't know what to do online. And so it just helps people to know, the current I wouldn't say trends, but the things that are going to help you to reach the people that you need to reach. That's not really, everybody doesn't know marketing. That's not really their forte. They may be focused on the background and building their business. And so if they don't have time to do things to promote their business, then we help them. But your business can't grow if you're not out there telling people what you do and who you are.
I love it. That is amazing. So true. So true. Coach Tanya, it sounds like you want to say something. So I'm going to definitely give you that time to do that.
Yes, thank you. This is very interesting. So, Jamila, so what you do, it seems to me like, and I want to be clear about that. So you provide a place for people, like you offer the show, them to come to the show, or you offer that service for them if they want to have their own TV show.
A little bit of both.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So we can help them to get on those platforms. If they want to have their own programming, we can help them to get on those platforms. And then another option is coming on the show. So if you don't have your own podcast and you want to be a guest,
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's great. And so when you have, do you also create marketing for them? Is that another? It seemed like that was you were talking about marketing. Do you? I wasn't sure if you provide that for your clients.
Yes, we do. So there is a company now that we work with that they sell clothes, and so we use Canva.
Oh yeah.
We can create those graphics
Mm-hmm.
for them to create the content to do flyers or promote a sale. So those promotions, the advertising, we can do. So we do help with marketing, and then we can schedule it. We can create the content calendar like you mentioned. So we can do all that, take them from the beginning to actually implementing that strategy.
I think that's really good because there's people that don't have that option, but businesses really don't have the time to be creating their own. There's people that with like my audience, they're the ones they're the solopreneurs, and they're just they've got to create their own. And then you've got these businesses that really need your service, and to be able to get either out there speaking is really great. I think that's a great service you offer.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love the fact that you also created your show around it, which makes it even more creative. As entrepreneurs, we got to definitely be very creative in the things we do, and that's going to draw people even more to a show like that. I mean, it's just amazing what you're doing. One thing I've been able to witness is also at live events, what you and your crew does. Can you share with people how a live event with your business and at that event, how that would look like?
So if you would want to hire us to do a video, we can do a highlight reel for you to use as content. So we actually come out there with a camera and we film the event. So we can create that highlight reel, or like Tonia mentioned, also you can use that as content to break up into smaller. So like say if I'm there or you have someone there that's interviewing the guest or interviewing the businesses and you have vendors, and you can create their own little videos um, out of the interviews to put online. So it kind of all works together. You get a highlight reel, for the memory, and that video can be pulled up at any moment. You can put it on your website, and so that can help your SEO. So there's a lot of aspects of marketing that we can touch on, and that's why I said we're multimedia, because we want to kind of be able to offer something that's going to bring it full circle, you know, and draw traffic to your websites, which create those click funnels, the call to actions, all that.
I love it. I love it. I love these are I think between the social media world and also the media world put together, this gives more visibility to entrepreneurs, and for you to be able to incorporate to help them with things like Coach Tanya was saying, that they don't have time to really create. That I think is phenomenal. So what does 5 years from now look like for you and your company and your expansion growth plan?
So 5 years for me is being able to have said that I have helped several businesses to expand through our efforts, and growing their audiences, and they're meeting their goals.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, I have no doubt whatsoever that you will be here 5 years from now, because you've been here since 2015. So that lets me know that you're dedicated, you're consistent. Most of all, you're passionate about what you're doing. And that just makes the world of a difference. I just want to speak a little bit to our guests, the people that are going to be listening to playback, and the people that are here. This is a great avenue where you have been able to see both sides of how you can be able to expose your business. Because I have two great, amazing coaches on this platform that have really emphasized the importance of exposure. If in your own words, how would you say how important it is for businesses to expose who they are and what they do, and how that can tie into the overall success of their business?
Uh,
Go ahead, Tanya.
okay. I was going to say, you can go first if you want to. I would just say that, just like anything else, if you're not seen and you're not being seen, it's really hard to get that business. And this day and age, people are on social media and they're on those platforms. And if you're not on there, you're missing out on an opportunity that is free. I mean, you can obviously, paying ads is a good option. There's nothing wrong with that. But this is a free opportunity. And by doing live videos, showing up on lives, and then being this opportunity, if you have to be on a podcast, on a TV show, to be seen, you're just going to improve that know, like, and trust. People will get to know you better. And that's the best way to get it out there in this day and age.
Absolutely. And then too, those businesses have to ask themselves, what are their goals? Are you satisfied with your current clientele and the amount of revenue you're bringing in? And if you're not, what are you doing? What actions are you taking in order to grow your business? Now, you have your local businesses, they survive off word of mouth, and that's great. But if your goal is to be a nationally known name, or your goal is to sell your books to millions of people, whatever that is, whatever that looks like for you, that action plan has to be put in place through your marketing strategy. So that's why it's important to put that in place and then implement that through your um, your your social media accounts and your digital outlets. Whatever you need to do, whoever you're trying to reach, you need to actually put that action in plan, that plan in action, and implement that strategy in order to meet your goals. So it's about, what you want, where you see yourself. I ask people, the business is the same thing. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? And, we need to help you to get there by putting you out there. You know, you want to sell 1 million books, you got to reach 1 million people.
Mm.
Actually, 2 million, because everybody's not going to buy. So you need to, you know,
Double the effort.
you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I
So
totally
that's the mindset. Yeah.
I totally love it. One thing I heard both y'all said is goal setting and being able to plan and prepare and being able to, definitely go back to that word consistency, which is so important when you're looking at growing your business. And I love another thing that you said, Coach Jamila, that if you cannot do it yourself, then get with a marketing group that can help you to be able to promote that and utilize the different levels of video and media that can also help you to be able to reach your overall goal, which is going to help you grow your business. I always feel like marketing is probably majority of the business. Even though people spend time in branding, I feel like marketing is the main critical part of being able to grow your business and reach people. So I wanted to ask you, how do people get in contact with you? What specials or what do you have going on that people can plug into or invest into to keep growing their business in July?
I'm on Facebook it's at Epic Entourage LLC, and I did LLC. A lot of people say that you're not supposed to put LLC in the name. I've heard that through branding. I am aware, but there was another music group with the name Epic Entourage, so I had to set myself apart. So you have to consider those things also, you know. but it's Epic Entourage LLC on Facebook, and then it's just Epic Entourage on Instagram. We're also on Twitter and YouTube, so you can watch our interviews. And so if you're interested in being a guest, you just email me, Jamila at epicentourage.online, and you submit your bio, and we will get you scheduled. I'm gonna have some shows. Actually, my first show this year might not be my first show. I haven't really done many this year, but I'm picking it back up, and my first one's tomorrow. So tune in, and I make it fun and entertaining. You know, that's another thing I wanted to do was kind of be set apart from the news. I wanted people to get to know the personality of the person behind the business, because people want to relate.
Yeah.
So I crack a few jokes.
There is nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. So where is the show going to be featured, and how can we be able to support?
On YouTube, on the Epic Entourage LLC page.
Okay, we will be, what time?
6:15
6:15
Eastern time.
Okay, awesome. Great. I should be able to be there. That being said, I mean, you always bring such joy when you come onto the platform, and so informational, always giving us something that we can use. So as you can see, speaking to our guests, there's no reason why we cannot expand our reach as entrepreneurs and talk to more people and to connect with more people, especially when you have Coach Tonia and Coach Jamila on the platform. That being said, I want to say thank y'all for taking time out of your busy schedule to come onto a platform and to share such valuable information for us to be able to continue to grow and expand our business to more and more people. We're just super excited about that. That being said, I wanted to let the guests and the people that are still listening, please plug into our upcoming virtual live event that's happening on July 22nd. You don't want to miss it. This event is going to be like no other. There's going to be a lot of speakers on that platform. They're going to give you so much value, and you just don't want to miss it. Go to talktosunshine.info and register if you haven't, so you definitely can get the reminder to be able to plug in. Without further ado, I would like for each one of you to take time to give us, one lasting word that we can actually take with us and implement in our business right away, just like a call of action.
Be like Nike and just do it.
I don't know. I love it.
But I think I would say authenticity is important too, because like I said, People are wanting to relate um, to you, even as a business owner, and there's implement the 80-20 rule. And that means that 80% of your content needs to be either educational, um, or informative, or entertaining. 20% should be sales.
Mm. Powerful, powerful.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I agree with everything you said. I think that if I was going to leave with anything today would be, um, it can be scary sometimes to put yourself out there. And one way there's many ways you can overcome that and work with that. But one thing is just start showing up as the real you. Just like Jamila said, being authentic. People really want the real you. We none of us are the same. And trying to show up as someone else. And because I've done that when I was first starting out, I thought, well, I just want to do whatever the successful people do, right? I just want to be them. Like, and what do I have to do to be that? And it was an uphill battle, and I never achieved what I wanted because I kept trying to be or do or sell something that I thought everybody else wanted. When in reality, when I started showing up as me, when you start showing up as you and being authentic, and that person and you're not ashamed of that person, you're showing up in your power. You know your core values, you know what you stand for. Getting very clear on that really helps that process of being seen and showing up and standing up and, you know, serving the people you're wanting to serve. Right. Um, I think that would just getting started in that process. And that's why I think we both would agree is that power of video or being seen in a video, in a live interview, in those conversations where people get to see the real you.
I love it. I love it. You're totally right. What I mean, there you have it. Those words right there have completed exactly what we need in this season to keep growing our business. Until next time, please continue to grow your business, continue to show up, and continue to market, and continue to trust the process and be consistent. Until next time, I want to say thank you for coming on to a broadcast. Thank you again, Coach Tanya and Coach Jamila. We're super excited every time we have you on the broadcast, and we look forward to hopefully seeing you some more on our next broadcast to come. Again, to everybody, you all have a great night, and thank you again.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Bye.
Welcome.